Now this is 1953 that might be hitting its TOP date very soon. Oxley acquired these two projects and combined into one. This is the exact location, cross intersection between Balestier and Tessenson Road. Three different collections here. If you have not been to 1953, this is almost like the exact depiction of what you're going to head home to. We're heading into this very nice heritage plus modern collection right here, and let's have a look at this freehold property. Alright, so before we head in, I'm going to pull you out again a little bit. So what we are seeing here is that these are actually two plots that are combined together by Oxley, and it's going to hit its TOP date in the tail end of 2023 on paper. But of course, when some properties are being constructed with momentum, you might get your property perhaps about 1 year earlier, but that depends of course on the construction date and stage. This is a depiction of the previous 5-foot way that was in the 7 conserved shop houses, and we're going to head in. I'm going to share with you what has happened with the heritage plus modern version after it's being mixed together in this 58 units mixed D development. So this is the beautiful show gallery, and this is it. So the moment you head in, this is what you see. Now what happened was that when Oxley acquired these two projects and combined into one, they have made it into a freehold project comprising 58 residential units plus 14 freehold strata shops right on level 1. Previously it was this 7-row of conserved shop houses, and shop houses, surprisingly, through the history of Singapore, they have 6 different kind of style. This belongs to the Art Deco style, which was the 5th type of style. So previously 7-row of shop houses up to about this particular dimension right here, and then this plot was then combined, and now is a mixed D status. You have 58 units of residential units with a combination of 1 bedroom, 1 plus study, 2, 3 bedders. So there are 3 different collections here. So you have the Heritage Collection, you have the Modern Collection, you have the Penthouse series as well. So let's talk a little bit about the Heritage Collection. So for Heritage, you have 7 shops right on level 1, plus another 9 residential units mixed between level 2 and level 3. As we head to the Modern Collection comprises of 7 shops on level 1 plus 40 residential units, and then as we head up towards the Penthouse Collection is fabulous because these are all beautiful duplexes that has been designed. I think the key uniqueness about here is that the amount of bedrooms configuration is really very well planned. In fact, you have like a mega 5-bedder penthouse series right located at this corner stack here, and one of them has already been sold. There's currently 1 balanced 5-bedders left, with the rest being predominantly 3-bedders. There are some of the balanced units. So in terms of the amount of balanced units, you don't have much choices left if you're hunting for the freehold shops located on level 1, because there are only 2 of them left here. If you're hunting for a 1-bedder, there's still one very good quantum 1-bedder that's below $1 million. You also have 4 other residential 1 plus study located right on final stack here at stack number 13. As we head back to our studio later, we will do very in-depth location plus pricing plus comparative analysis, especially if you're hunting for a freehold product in the District 8 city-fringe region. So a little bit about the location first. This is the exact location, which is the cross intersection between Balestier and Tessenson Road. You will see that there's this very nice L corner plot right there. Facing opposite, there's going to be a BTO HDB cluster that will come up, plus a lot of residential bare plots right there. The entire Boon Keng area is expanding right now. The place where a lot of $1 million HDB DBS has gave birth from. You also have a new plot which is Bendemeer Light that's going to hit its MOP. What the government is planning is that these are really going to be the new MOP clusters of a lot of HDB plots coming right across. I think that's such an important factor, because what will happen is that in future, when families from the HDB MOP clusters, once they hit their 5 years MOP and they want to upgrade to a private property, they can either head backwards towards Boon Keng MRT station, where they have the 99th mega project like 8 River Suites. If not, they can head downwards towards Farrer Park MRT area. They will definitely bypass 1953 if they're hunting for a freehold option. So this is going to be one of the newest freehold project right here. 58 units, but that's spread across quite a nice sizable 17,000 square feet of L plot land size. You still get a very nice sized pool right on level 4 with some poolside lounges as well as a mini gym right here, and there's also like a barbecue area and a fresco dining. Most importantly, I think you're buying into a part of the Singapore heritage history, because just have a look at this very nicely constructed entrance and the grand courtyard right here with a beautiful sculpture the moment you head in towards your common lift lobby. So that's going to bring you up to the residential modern segment. Something to note about the heritage segment is that they have also preserved the 5-foot way right here, and 5-foot way in the history of Singapore has also given birth to a lot of very nice reminiscence of how Singapore came about. This used to be the common area where a lot of neighbours, they will mingle. You also have street barbers, you have hawkers right there doing business right here along the 5-foot way. In fact, this is one of the key heritage when we talk about shop houses in the past. We also see that the A&A has also elevated the roofing upwards compared to the previous version of the shop house. If you were to compare the old and the new image, you are going to enjoy a 7.25 meters in terms of its ceiling height. There's one unit right here that is available still. This is a 3-bedder, which is a little bit shy of 900 square feet, freehold, 3-bedroom. You get a 1.9 million quantum. In terms of what's going to happen in the next 2 years, if you have seen our Nuggets on the Go series, we think that next year onwards will be the pivot point where we're going to hit a new benchmark of the very new type of new launches that's going to be launched from this year's government land sales, because a lot of 99 years are already surpassing the $2,100 per square foot range. Entire project, if I were to talk about per square foot averagely, this is doing at about 2001 odd PSF still, including the penthouses. And penthouses quantum at 2 over million to about 3 odd million range, I think it's considered a pretty good quantum entry price. If you're hunting for 1 plus study, they're all doing at about 1.2 plus to 1.3 million. I think quantum wise for a freehold entry price is also pretty decent as well. Something that we observe about the site is that this fronting towards the Balestier Road. It's also fronting towards this side, which is the Tattinson Road. You have mechanized parking. So north is towards this angle. The afternoon sun will definitely come from here. So this slab right here definitely will have angular afternoon sun. This angle right here will have morning sun. If you're looking for a product, there's definitely pros and cons when it comes to different kinds of facing. And usually when we look at a project, developers tend to give the bigger units some of the better facings, and of course if you're looking for lower quantum units, usually lower quantum, they will tend to get facings that perhaps in comparison to the bigger units, they will not be as premium. But definitely if you want to head into a freehold product with a nice size quantum like the 1 plus study at about $1.2 million, then I think it's pretty interesting as well. It's not easy in the first place to buy into a freehold shop house. So what the developer has done is that when they have acquired this and then they have remodeled the entire project into the mixed D concept 1953, they have then segregated level 2, which now can be sold as a very nice heritage shop house concept that you're living on level 2. Level 1, these are all like full glass panel strata commercial units. So this is going to be a retail status in future when TOPs. There are no F&B approved status over here, so you're not going to get very heavy cooking or heavy traffic right here. I think it's going to be a little bit more posh in terms of the shop choices. As you head upstairs, these are all pretty sizable units, starting at about 1,140 square feet to 1,152 square feet for the 3 beds. And they have 4 bathrooms combined with the 7.25 meters ceiling. And your entry main door is actually starting from level 1. And so as you head upstairs, you have full privacy for the entire level 2. And they are all single loading in fashion. Not only do you get the air well, you also have the single loading fashion all the way straight through the back. And I think how the developer has actually constructed a full 3-bedder with 4 baths. Nothing is compromised. I think we're going to explore the 1 plus study first, so let's go. For those of you who have always visited show flat, this is something that you'll get to see the moment you enter into a show gallery. So this is the 614 square feet that we've been talking about. The ceiling height for living dining, for master, for the study area, even for the balcony, that's at 3.25 meters. That's pretty generous because most developments, they are at a range of about 2.7 to about 2.9 meters. This is something that is very unique and we think this is a huge plus point. So these are porcelain tiles because of the heritage kind of feel. You want to preserve a little bit more like the Art Deco style. Even in the modern collection, you have like terrazzo kind of feel when it comes to the porcelain tile finishings. take note that you can install the balcony screen at your own cost. Do check on the particular unit in terms of balcony screen choices. Some key things for you to note when it comes to looking at show gallery units is that you want to take note of what you can do potentially the moment you buy over and you collect your keys, because you will definitely get things like this. Entire kitchen is fully done for you. Largely, the developer is giving you Bosch appliances. You have a 2-stove induction cooker. Oven is given even for the 1+30 unit. Nicely hidden space for your Electrolux washer cum dryer. You also have an Electrolux fridge as well. Distribution box is hidden right at this corner. Storage space I think is ample, even for a 1+30 unit. Because this area is actually empty, so you can do all your prep food right here. There's some plug points at the back as well. Porcelain tiles as a backsplash finish. And this project gives you the smart home system that allows you to control your air condition unit, lighting points, motion sensor. You can also store your CCTV footage right into your Dropbox. We observe about the study space is that this study space is nicely crafted. Pretty wide, 3.25 meter ceiling. It has a dedicated aircon as well, and that's very important. So what that means is that you can actually put in a nice size sliding panel glass door. This can also be like a secondary kitchen if you cook a lot. This can also be like a storage area with like an L panel corner storage space over here. And you can still utilize this space as your work from home office. So I think this space is fantastic. I also noticed that in terms of width, this is pretty generous. Usually when it comes to show galleries, the IDs nowadays, they like to put in a continuation in terms of the sofa couch from the living area right to the dining space. So this is a pretty good inspiration that you can get. The Jack and Jill is definitely the popular choice. Although some developments, they don't have the Jack and Jill system, even for a 1+30 unit, but I think this is really thoroughly planned for. So you have a nice glass swing door. There's rain shower. These are all Grohe. Grohe fittings has been used for the ensuite bath. You also have porcelain tiles and ceramic tiles finish. Pretty sizable for the master ensuite. So this is pretty interesting, because when I first saw this for the 1+30, I was just thinking like, why is the master room so wide? It's important, of course, to bring a measuring gun with you. I'm going to take the measuring gun from Josephine. Okay, so let's just do a width check, and we'll notice that in terms of width, starting from a wardrobe space, it's already about 3.8 meters in terms of its width. And this is currently fitted with a king bed. You still have a lot of walking space right here. And I think if you're buying this as a young couple, what you can do is that you can have the first work zone at the study table area. This can be a second work zone if you need to work from home, and you can easily construct a nice size study table plus a dressing unit right here with a study chair seated over here. It still does not compromise your king bed. So I think you have a lot of flexibility because there are no bay windows. You like this huge panel of window space as well. All these are ID treatment. You're gonna get an entire opaque wall right here. I think you have to fit in 65-inch TV over here with perhaps like a hanging TV console system. So this is going to be the perfect layout for you and your family. So whether you're buying this as a single bachelor, as a single person, single professional, or you're buying this as your first matrimonial home, I think the 1+30 unit is definitely sizable. Now we're going to explore the 3-bedroom heritage collection. And before that, just have a look at this. I think this is like the design inspiration slogan, which is a new dawn rises in the old world charm. Something very unique is that they are naming the building facade with project number. In fact, this is one of the first time we are seeing a project being named fully with numbers, which is 1953. And that is the year that the 7 conserved shophouses were being constructed. So I think they really want to bring out the heritage history of the conservation status. Such a rare chance for you to buy the second level of a freehold shop house as a residential unit fully on its own. So you don't have to put in like $7 or $8 million to buy an entire freehold shop house. You can just buy level 2 as your own residential unit. This is going at about 2.4 plus $2.5 million for the 3-bed version, 1152 square feet. You can feel the full on size here. The reason is because there's no balcony. There's no bay window. You're gonna get everything that is livable. I'm standing in the living room here, 7.25 meter ceiling. That is so fabulous. What are the chances for you to get a 7.25 meter ceiling height for your living plus dining? And you get such a longish shape all the way, spreading into your kitchen. This is beautiful. I mean, what are the chances of getting this kind of heritage in Singapore? And let's explore the kitchen. L-shaped kitchen, fantastically done. Porcelain tiles between the top and bottom cabinets. A little bit of a marble kind of design. So that looks pretty cool. We have pull-outs over here. Wow, just look at this. This is beautiful. Heritage glass version. Bosch induction cooker, 3-burner system, bottom oven, cooker hood hob, Electrolux. This is a bigger fridge for the 3-bedder version. Washer cum dryer area, it's right here. So you have a little bit of a magic corner that allows you to put stuff all the way towards the end. This is the 4th bathroom, although the developer has called this the powder room, but I don't think this is a powder room because this looks to me like a legit bathroom with its own standing shower over here, WC and sink over here. So this is the bathroom for your guests. Your entrance area here, that's where the DB box is being designed with some shoe storage at the bottom there. As per all walk-up shop houses, main door comes in right in the middle. Compared to the conventional layout where usually the main door is the start point, this comes into the middle of the entire floor plan. So the moment you head in, you can have the left side being your living, dining, kitchen area, of course 1 bedroom, and then on the right hand side, these are another 2 bedrooms that are ensuite. At the back, even the windows are all nicely done in this kind of nice small rectangular fashion with black framing. For the bedrooms, this is about 2.8 plus meters in terms of the ceiling height. Even with 2.8 plus, you can put in a nice bunk bed right at the top. So this can be a fabulous kids room. Bottom, another single bed with a study area. Wardrobes are already given here. Check out the terracotta tiles for Art Deco style. Terracotta tiles are one of the key highlights. These are all given for you, so basically do check out what is usually printed on the wall. Size, no complaint. It's all fully ensuite. When you live together, especially if you have 3 kids, you're buying this freehold status. They don't have to fight for the bathrooms. So you have just seen bedroom 3. We're entering into the master room. So the master room is also towards the back so that you have privacy. This is currently fitted with a nice size king bed. You have the back window. So this is how it will look like. Beautifully done with nice dark framing, giving you a little bit of the heritage feel again. 2-panel sliding wardrobes, some pull-outs at the bottom. We like the fact that developers are giving you all the way to the ceiling. Of course, sometimes when you visit certain show galleries, it depends on the plan that developers have. Sometimes they might not give you up to the ceiling height. You have to top up a little bit on your own when you get your keys, but Oxley is doing that for you. Ensuite, rain shower. You have storage behind the mirrors, pull-outs, pretty nicely done. We like the fact that not only do you get full parquet flooring for the bedrooms, you also get full parquet starting from the dining area, pump all the way towards the end of the living room. And then right in the middle, for the kitchen and the foyer and the bedroom, hallway zone, you get very nice huge tiles like this, terracotta style. But these are porcelain tiles with timber skirting. Imagine if this were to be a conventional kind of layout, you're gonna have the balcony up to about this area. But because there's no balcony, you're living on the level 2 area of a shop house previously, and you get to buy just the entire level 2 for yourself. Single loading in fashion, front and back. There's no more neighbors that's stuck behind your wall line, so you're gonna get front and back view. This is the room facing towards the front, so bedroom number 2. Queen bed right here, fronting towards the front. Your wardrobe is right here. And the beauty is, of course, this gets to enjoy a little bit of that start point of the 7.25 meter ceiling. And you have standing shower over here, a different kind of style, terracotta tiles version, plus nice Tetris bricks right along this side. And then you have standing shower right at this corner. So I think bathrooms, they have planned in 4 bathrooms, ample amount of bathrooms for your family, huge hall and dining. Just have a look at the size of this dining space, a 6-seater. The width of the living area, fantastic, easily fit in close to about 15 people in the living room. And I think you still have a lot of potential. They have already designed quite a thin version of the TV console space for you to have some inspiration. This can go up to a 65-inch definitely. You're gonna get so much room because you get that air well right at the top, because it's not exactly an air well right now compared to the previous shophouse version. I would call it a light well for you to bring light right from the ceiling, and it's really lovely. Technically speaking, if you don't really need so many bathrooms, you can think about whether do you really need the powder room. If you don't need it, then you can just perhaps remove some of the sanitary fittings and use this as your storage room, because you already still have 3 bathrooms in total. You can also think of a way to make this into like a common bathroom area by installing like a foyer zoning right here with a sliding panel door that heads into your second bedroom. You can use this as a common bath if you want to. If not, then you can just leave it intact. But most importantly, 1953 on paper, the TOP date is December 2023. Some projects, when it's being constructed with momentum, you might be able to get your keys earlier. So who knows, maybe you might be able to get your keys towards the tail end of maybe 2022 or the early part of 2023 as well. This location is so premium because you're at like this center zone where when you go towards this direction, that's towards the main Balester belt with the entryway towards CTE. As you head right, that will bring you to Lavender, and from Lavender you head on towards Nico Highway, towards Suntec, towards Marina Bay. As you head backwards, that will then bring you towards Boon King. Of course, this from Farrer Park MRT, there's only 2 stations towards Dhoby Ghaut MRT station. And I think meantime, I want to head back towards our PRB studio. We want to go in depth towards the pricing analysis and location analysis, as well as comparing in terms of quantum and PSF with some of the surrounding projects and see whether this 1953 makes sense.